Ma'am, first of all, do you believe that you owe that money? And if you do, when do you intend on paying it?
I do not owe the entire amount. I've asked for a detailed breakdown.
Ms. Carroll, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I can pay 700 today. I do have an ICR in.
Let's see how Judge Simpson handled this landlord and tenant cases. And we'll start with Miss Chitworth, who has been taken to court by her landlord after failing to pay rent all year, while he desperately pleaded for eviction, citing broken promises to refund. Let's see how the judge handled this.
James Convis versus Anna Teachworth.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm asking for an eviction. I'm Jim Convis. I'm the owner.
Hold on.
Landlord.
Sir, state your name first of all, please.
James Convis.
All right. And your name, ma'am?
Anna Teachworth.
All right. It's a non-payment of rent case. What are you claiming is owed, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. There may be more information here than you need, and I apologize for that, but I'm asking for an eviction order and a money judgment to be issued as soon as possible. To simplify this as much as possible, Anna has not paid any rent this year and hasn't even paid me back cash I loaned her last year. I have been telling Anna countless times this year that I have a court order to pay alimony to my ex-wife, and I am on a fixed income and cannot abide by that court order unless she starts paying rent. Many, many promises were made, but very, very, very few kept. No rent money has been made at all this year. Last year, she might have paid 2 months, and I was trying to work with her and some of her boyfriends so she could help.
Okay, sir, you are right. That is way too much information for right now.
Okay.
How much are you claiming is owed?
My demand letter is fine. It's $43.50. I don't expect to ever collect that, but that's fine.
Did you send a notice to quit, sir?
I did.
All right, there it is. $43.50. All right. Ma'am, first of all, do you believe that you owe that money? And if you do, when do you intend on paying it?
I do not owe the entire amount. I've asked for a detailed breakdown of what he claims that I owe $43.50 for, and I'm working with the Washtenaw County Housing and Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay, so you've applied to both of those?
I've applied to Washtenaw. I am in process of applying today to Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
I got you. Okay. So here's what you need to do. Since you're applying for some type of assistance to pay, you would need to file in your packet. There was a rental assistance form. You need to fill that form out. You need to put, when you do the DHHS, you need to put the tracking number on that. You need to file that with the court by next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. You say you contacted Hawk or Housing Access for Washtenaw County or SOS?
I did. I have to call and call back and schedule an intake now that I have the official paperwork.
Okay. So have you scheduled an intake with them?
Not at this time, no. I will call them today as well.
You need to get on that. I will adjourn this matter out. My next available date is the 27th. I'll adjourn it out to June 27th, 2025 at 12 noon. Folks, that is an in-person proceeding. Both of you need to be here.
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. All right. Thank you.
And now we have Mr. Lucas, who refused to pay rent due to what he described as deplorable living condition, with rats in the garage and no hot water for over a week. The judge's response? Let's find out.
Deal Properties versus Mike Lucas.
Daniel Landman appearing for the plaintiff. Mr. Lucas is present, Your Honor.
Yes, he is. All right. Mr. Lucas, good morning.
Honor.
What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is also a non-payment action. My client's records reflect a balance owed of $2,244 and costs of $175 for a grand total of $2,419.
Mr. Lucas, how are you intending on getting that paid, sir?
Well, my lease here ends on June 25th, and I already informed them that I was leaving. But prior to this, they received non-payment because of the deplorable conditions I'm living in. And I had to pack my stuff up, start taking it out of here to a storage unit because I got pictures, Your Honor, of rats in the garbage. I went without hot water for 8 days because they didn't want.
All right. Mr. Lucas, are you going to move by the by that date? Because they're only looking for possession of the premises. Are you gonna move by the 25th?
I'm out of here.
Okay, that
On the
doesn't end. Are you out now?
I'll be out on the 25th. I told them yesterday.
Okay, all right, that works. Here's what I'll do. My next date is the 27th, so I'm gonna adjourn this to June 27th, 2025. Time? 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. And maybe at that time, the matter can be dismissed if you've vacated the premises and turned in the keys.
All right. What date?
All
What's
right.
the date? What's the date, Your Honor?
June 27th, 2 weeks from today, 3
All right.
p.m. If you're not out of the premises, that's an in-person proceeding, so you'll need to be here.
All right. I'll be out of here. Believe me. I'll be out of here before.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
This time, Miss Cole is facing eviction due to unpaid rent after being out of work for 2 months. The judge's response? Let's find out.
Redemption amount, any amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Alyssa Cole. She is, okay, Miss Cole is here. All right. And what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $2,995.10.
And Miss Cole, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm back to work. I was off work for like 2 months. And there has been some issues with my back pay. I'm still going through the stuff with that at my job, but I am back working full time. And my next full check will be on the 27th. I plan on paying as much as possible, which will probably be around at least $2,000. I did put in something. I applied to 2 places. One place I got denied. And then the other place, they said I needed an actual eviction notice, that they couldn't help me out right now because I didn't have an eviction notice. Like I said, I am.
So who told you that?
The DHS.
The last one.
The DHS.
Okay, that's not correct. If it was DHS.
It is.
I
have the letter that they sent, and they said it was denied because I didn't have an actual eviction notice.
Did you give them your paperwork?
I sent them the court documents, yes, that was sent to my house, and they said that it wasn't an actual eviction notice.
Okay. Is Amy here?
Yes, she is. I'm counting her now.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I was trying to recall at the meeting, I think they were, when we ran into this, they were instructing individuals to go and to ask to speak to a supervisor, if I'm not mistaken.
I'd be happy to meet with her real quick and just try to clarify.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. So what I'll indicate is that you're going to pay $2,000 by the 27th. Is that correct, ma'am?
Correct.
Can you pay that? What's the time on that? Time for 1? Can you get that paid, say, before noon on the 27th?
Yes.
You can? Okay, great. Then I'll indicate that, and then I'm going to adjourn this matter to the June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay, get that paid before noon on that date. All right?
Okay.
The other thing is that if you resubmit your SER, there's the form that's in your packet, the rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put the tracking number on, and file that with the court by Wednesday.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, and ma'am?
Yes.
Ms. Cole?
Yes.
Hold on the line. We're going to put you into a breakout room with our court liaison officer to try to clarify that issue for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This time, this one sent out on Mr. Holiday, pleading for more time to pay over $1,500 in rent. Let's see how the judge handles this.
And good morning, everyone. Court does call the case of Orchard Grove versus Robert Holiday.
Good morning, Judge. Jen Wilburn, P83143 for plaintiff.
Good morning. Mr. Holiday? All right. You're here. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
This is a non-payment of rent case, Your Honor. There's an outstanding rental balance, $1,567.93, plus court costs, $193, for a total of $1,760.93.
And sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
My wife and I, well, I'm sorry, I'm a little intimidated by this. Yes, we should have the money by the end of the month.
By the end of the month? All right, have you
Well-
tried to work something out with the landlord on that, sir?
They didn't really give me an opportunity to kind of work any kind of arrangement out. It's simply get us the money or we're going to court. I could tell you more about the circumstances that make it a little bit more.
Well, I don't know that I need to know that at this point in time. What I'll do is I'll give you 1 week adjournment. See if you can work something. It's gonna be 2 weeks. Oh, that's right. I happen to be out for other reasons on the 20th. So I'd have to go 2 weeks out, counsel.
Understood, Judge.
On the case, on his adjournment. So I will adjourn this matter, and sir, in the interim, see if you can work something out with the landlord. If not, then we'll deal with it on the 27th. I'll adjourn this matter June 27th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And sir, we played a video initially. If you need assistance, you should try to contact some of those numbers and see if somebody can help you out. All right?
Yes, I apologize. What was the date again?
June 27th at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, sir.
An in-person hearing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Oh, you do the same.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see this case on Mr. Earl, racking up charges from assault to reckless driving and acting unresponsive in court. Let's see how the judge handles this.
Court does call the cases of the people versus Marcus Allen Earl.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Brendan Dabolsky appearing on behalf of Marcus Earl. Mr. Earl, I believe he's on Zoom, Your Honor. I saw him in the lobby, I guess.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Earl appears to be on Zoom. However, he's non-responsive. And Your Honor, if you recall, a few weeks ago, I was in the court and I had indicated when it was set for the last PCC that there was some serious difficulties with myself communicating with my client. And I think that all stems from some mental health issues. I have spoken to his mother numerous times at length. I think she's the one that signed in today. And unfortunately, my efforts to communicate with my client have been unsuccessful, and I'm at a standstill right now. I do apologize, Your Honor, but there's no way for me to communicate with him, and I was going to make a referral today.
The individual that, it looks like it's Vicky Earl. Did you unmute?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, what's your name?
Vicky Earl,
Okay.
and I'm Marcus Earl mom. And he has
Okay.
bipolar schizophrenia. And he is not in his right mind right now. Reason he's not communicating with Attorney Brandon right now. And I tried to have him admitted at U of M into the psychiatric ward. He needs some medication so he can stabilize himself, because he doesn't recall any of the incidents of assaulting anyone.
That's okay, ma'am. I don't need you to get that far into it.
Oh.
But is he there right now? Or
He is, and he's laying down. The only reason I don't go bother him because he gets all
Got it.
in a rant.
I got you. All right. And counsel, you're
he really
requesting
needs-
a forensic evaluation.
That is correct, Your Honor. And I know that I would be requesting a criminal responsibility as well, but I believe based on the last time we were in court, you said that would have to come, after this stage. But if we can do both at the same time, I'd greatly appreciate that.
Well, I'll order a forensic evaluation and let them decide which ones they will do. Usually they'll do the competency hearing. I'll then set a competency hearing date for
September 4th at 9 a.m.
September 4th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Your Honor, the only wrinkle here is that Mr. Earl had a new case that would be in warrant status. I understand no warrant on this case, but I just wanted to make sure they're aware as well that that would be up there.
I was going to get to that.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, before you address that, I do apologize. The one date I have in my book for early September is is September 4th, and I'm scheduled to be in court all day that day. Can we move it to the 11th? Is that possible?
September 11th,
Thank you.
2024, 9 a.m., or as your invite indicates. On that case, bond will continue. Since, quite frankly, at this point, he's also not in, there's another case, counsel, fleeing and eluding, third reckless driving and DWLS that's been filed against him. However, he's not in a position clearly, based upon what's been the court, to be arraigned on that matter. So what I'm going to do is on that case, I'm going to adjourn the arraignment to the September 11th date, 2025 at 9. All right. And that way if we can deal with them at the same time, we'll deal with them.
Thank you, Your Honor. And just for the record, Ms. McDuffie did bring that to my attention beforehand, so I knew about that, and we just obviously you answered the question, Your Honor. Thank you very much, and hopefully we get that report done, and I'll see you on September 11th. Thank you.
You'll need, counsel, you'll need to get an order over regarding the forensic valuation to the court immediately if you can.
All right. Is it fine if I get it by the end of tomorrow? Is that sufficient?
That'll work.
That'll work. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. What I'm going to do, counsel, thank you. I will cancel the warrant on the case that we're arraigning on. I'm going to cancel the warrant.
Thank you.
And then what I'll do, I'll just set his bond at a $5,000 personal recognizance.
Thank you, Judge.
And now, this last case centers on Miss Carol, offering to pay off her rent, hoping it's enough to avoid eviction. The judge's response? Let's find out.
Arbor Woods versus Jennifer Carroll and Linda Carroll.
I'm here.
Okay, I need a camera, please. All right,
Okay.
what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $1,737.50.
All right. Ms. Carroll, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I can pay $700 today. I do have an SCR in to try and get help with the rest.
All right, so you're going to pay $700 today.
Actually, can I do it tomorrow? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to get a money order until.
Okay, you'll do that, and then you have an SCR in?
Yes.
Okay, you'll need in your packet, or you can use the QR code that's on the screen. There's a form called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put the tracking number on there, and file it with the court by this Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, you need to do that. I do not have next week, so I will adjourn this then to June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That is an in-person proceeding, ma'am.
Okay.